5:35. So I think we need to start our special meeting first.
Okay.
Yes.
Trustee Mahan?
Here.
Trustee Brown? Trustee DeValdi?
Excuse.
Mayor Kreitz?
Excuse.
Trustee Lamont?
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem March?
Here.
Trustee Padilla?
Here.
Okay. All right. Now our special meeting. I went and lost my notes.
And do the pledge.
Huh? Do we need to do the pledge first?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, well then, yes. Everybody stand, please. Remove your hats and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. Thank you. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right. See, we have no one here for public comments yet. Special meeting. There it is. Oh, that's not.
And Mayor Pro Tem, I wouldn't anticipate there'd be any changes to the meeting agenda because it's only the one item.
Okay. All right. Okay. Do we need to do the consent agenda approval now? Special meeting, or do we wait till 7?
So there's not any other consent agenda or any other items. It's just the one action item, and then the mayor and trustee reports afterwards.
So we need to move on to ordinance number 1388, long-term lease agreement and property acquisition. You're up.
I guess before we start that, Mayor Pro Tem, I don't believe there's any public comment.
No, there is not.
Okay. Turn it over to Ryan.
Yep, Mr. Mayor Pro Tem, Board of Trustees, thank you for the opportunity to be here this evening. Staff was here initially. This item was considered at the October 10th, 2023 Board of Trustees meeting, which was a public meeting last Tuesday, where this item was considered for a long-term lease agreement between the town of Frederick and Agilent Technologies for property that the two entities own. Last week at that meeting, a presentation was provided that was publicly available, and Agilent had staff representatives here to answer any questions that the board had at that time. Since that time, no changes have been made to the real estate documents, the lease agreement, or the staff report, other than acknowledging that the item was initially considered at the October 10th meeting. Last week, the board did take action to direct staff to bring this back this week as an ordinance rather than a resolution, which I think is the only change that's occurred within the enabling language. And if staff is happy to answer any additional questions that the board might have at this time.
The only thing that I would add is in changing it from a resolution to an ordinance, I did change the recitals to include the citation to the state statute that requires and authorizes these types of opportunities to be done. And then also the effective dates and things. What will happen if the board does move forward in approving this evening. I've already been in contact with our town clerk's office to make sure that they're ready and prepared to get this published as appropriate in our local-ish newspaper so that it can be effective within the 30-day timeline so we can move forward with the closing as anticipated.
So the dates are flexible.
So the closing is set to happen at the end of November, and so we will get this published within the week, and so that way we'll have that done. The ordinance will be effective before that time frame happens.
Which will also allow us to continue working on carrying out the other provisions contained in the document, which the board took action on last week as well.
All right. Right. Okay. Has anyone got anything, any comments or any concerns or anything with the ordinance itself? If not, we need some direction.
Mayor Pro Tem March, I move to approve ordinance number 1388, an ordinance of the town of Frederick, Colorado, approving an agreement for exchange of property in substantially the same form as attached between the town of Frederick and Agilent Technologies.
Second.
Trustee Mahan?
Yes.
Trustee Lamont?
Yes.
Trustee Padilla?
Yes.
Trustee Terrell?
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem March?
Yes.
Passes 5-0.
Thank you, Mayor Pro Tem. Thank you, Board of Trustees.
Thanks, Ryan. Thank you, Jason.
Thank you.
Okay. What do we need to move on to now? Are we ready to go ahead and reports? Yeah. I was looking to see if there was anything. Okay. We'll move on to the mayor trustee reports. Does anyone have any comments or concerns or anything in your report, trustees? No one?
Not for me.
Nothing? Everybody good?
I feel like I was just here.
There you go. All right, we're good.
Mayor Pro Tem, if there's anybody listening, I don't know, but I do know that there is the Tiny Terror Town this Saturday as far as events for the community go. I don't know exactly the times, 3 to 7, I think. So that might be of community interest, and if the board had an interest in participating or attending.
Thank you.
Thank you. Do you know whether, and I haven't read through it, I was asked by a young lady if we were going to have trunk or treat.
That's part of kind of what Tiny Tear Town is. It's
Yeah.
not necessarily trunk or treat, but there will be vendors handing out treats and
Of
candy.
the vendors, but they're not going to do the trunk or treat thing like we've done.
I don't know if it's necessarily there might be some cars that have a trunk that has treats in it, but it's not as a.
Yeah.
It's mainly catered to vendors and things that are there. So
Okay.
yeah.
All right. Okay. Well, anything else? I have nothing.
Nope.
Nope. All right. It's too early to move into. Yeah.
It's never too early. It said right after the meeting, right?
Right. So at this point, if there's no other business, we can adjourn the regional or the special meeting, and we can move towards the study session, which is
Session,
typically not
yes.
broadcast.
And I'd recommend Mayor Pro Tem if you want to do a 5-minute break. There's also some food for the team, and the next piece of the meeting, the study session, we'll get into the budget presentation. We have just, I think, 13 or 14 slides, and Curtis and the team have done a phenomenal job. The budget team, we have the whole team here. A huge thanks to Shantina and Anthony and Curtis and Jason Leslie that have really worked hard on working with the departments and all the department heads with the budget. And so we'll work on that over
Okay.
the next little bit.
All right. I think that's what we'll do. Before we take and go grab us some food here, I wanted to make mention. I found something out this week that our police chief has done for the town of Frederick. Everyone is aware of what's going on in Israel, I think, and some of the issues that are going on all over the world. And he took it upon himself and contacted every single church in the community and offered the police protection if they needed it, and made sure that they understood that he and his officers stand by and will be there for them if it's needed. So that's so Fred, as far as I'm concerned. He took it all upon himself to do this, and that's what makes this town so amazing. So I just wanted to make mention of that before we go get ourselves some food and start our budget stuff. So, Chief, thank you. Yes.
Let them eat first.
All right, 5-minute break, get something to eat, and we'll reconvene to get our budget done.